Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. If you are an e-commerce brand and you are not using TikTok ads, I highly recommend that you do add it as another channel within your marketing. During this Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year, over the past 7 days, we generated over $450,000 just in TikTok ads alone for 2 of our e-commerce clients. We were able to achieve these results for one reason, and that is having a solid UGC strategy in place. So in this video, we are going to be covering the 9 tips for the anatomy of the perfect UGC. Now, these tips are not in any particular order, and these are personally tips that we go ahead and we consult our e-commerce clients on within our agency when it comes to crafting the perfect UGC piece. So hopefully, if you are an e-commerce client or if you are an agency, after watching this video, you will have a great understanding as to what is the anatomy of crafting a winning UGC piece. The first 1 to 3 seconds of any UGC is the most important part of the video. What you need to do here is test different angles, different hooks, with the objective of getting the viewer to stop scrolling, watch the rest of the video, and then actually take the action that you would like them to take. So regardless of how great your middle of the video is or how great the end of the video is, if the first 1 to 3 seconds are not perfect, then there's a good chance that the viewer is just going to scroll past it and actually not watch the rest of the video. When putting together UGC content, you need to have a structure in place. This is something that actually has to be thought out. You can't just pick up the camera and start recording, or tell the influencers you're working with to just record whatever. You need to have a structure in place, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the structure that we follow to crafting the perfect UGC. So the first part is the hook. This is the first 1 to 3, maybe even 5 seconds. The hook is literally the most important part of the video. Over here, you need to go ahead and stop the person who's watching this video, stop them from scrolling, hook them into watching the rest of the video. The second part of the structure is introducing to the viewer, or in this case your ideal client, a problem or a challenge that they might have. The third thing is introducing a benefit or a solution to that very problem that you just mentioned to them. So what we're doing here is we just introduced a problem that the viewer might have, and then what we're following up with is our product, which is the solution to that very problem that we know our ideal customer has. And the last part of the video is the call to action, and this is something that a lot of people get wrong. They'll leave this part out, and what you want to do here is clearly explain to the person watching the video exactly what they need to do next. So for example, if you are running an ad for an app and you want people to download the app, you're going to tell them to click the link below and download the app. If you are selling a product and you want them to go to your website, you'll tell them to go ahead and click the link below and buy that product. So over here, you want to test different angles, and within all 4 structures, you definitely want to be testing different angles. So again, we have the hook, we have the problem, we have the solution, and then we have the call to action. Whenever you're crafting a UGC piece and you can actually highlight the product in use, you want to go ahead and do so, or at least test different angles with this approach. So I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, whenever I shop on Amazon, I always look at the reviews. And not only do I look at the reviews, but I filter by reviews that have images, because what I want to see is people that are actually using the product. I want to see the pictures they uploaded. I want to see the product in use. So this is really important to do. And I think the reason that we realized whenever we're crafting UGC ads, these ads tend to work great when we're highlighting the product. And the reason that is because the example that I just gave you, people want to see exactly what the product would look like on themselves or when they're using it. And if you highlight that, some other people using that product, there's a good chance that it will do great. So I highly recommend that you test this, because we've been testing products in use and those ads tend to do the best. Whenever you're crafting a UGC and you have an offer, you definitely want to highlight it within that video. So for example, let's say you have a 40% off site-wide sale. It would be a no-brainer to not actually include that within your video ad. So again, whenever you have an offer, you want to highlight it within your video to intrigue the person or get them over that hump of actually clicking the call to action and then going and purchasing the product. Now, if you are running an ad and you don't have a specific offer, you're not offering 40% off site-wide, you're not offering free shipping, whatever the case may be, there's a good chance that you have 10 or 20% or 15% for first-time buyers. So if you don't have any offer, but you do offer first-time buyers 10% off, which most direct-to-consumer brands do, then you can highlight that within your video ad. So again, highly recommend that you test different ads with different angles that actually present the offer to the person that's watching that video. video to get them over that hump of actually clicking through the video, looking at your product, and then hopefully making a purchase. Some of the best performing UGC pieces for our e-commerce clients, especially on TikTok, have been ads that actually show a website green screen in the background. So this is basically someone talking or a voiceover, and then through the video, they are able to see someone going through the website, looking at different products or actually purchasing the product. You definitely want to be testing this angle and testing this within your ads. And the reason this works, at least for us, I believe, is because it builds familiarity, that when someone clicks the call to action, they can expect exactly what the page they're going to look like is going to be. Perfect example is whenever we are running YouTube ads, some of the best performing ads for us are usually the ads where we tell people, click the link below, and when you do so, you're going to get to a page that looks like this. On this page, you're going to do XYZ. These ads really work great because what it does is it builds familiarity so that when the person clicks the button, they know exactly what the page is going to look like. So I think this is why this works great with UGC. Again, if you are not using website green screen, I highly recommend that you try that angle or test that angle within your UGC ads. Whenever you are crafting your message for your UGC, you want to go ahead and speak to your ideal audience. So for example, one of our clients sells products that are sustainable, and one of the ads that worked great for us are ads where we're actually calling out the individual who we know is going to be interested in our product. In this case, it is someone who is conscious about the environment or someone who cares about buying products that are sustainable material. So again, whenever you can speak to your ideal audience, whoever that is, within your messaging, within your UGC ads, you definitely want to go ahead and call them out directly or mention exactly who they are, their pain points, and what it is that they care about. When you're crafting your UGC and you're working with a brand or product that has a significant cause, for example, one of our clients donates 10% of profits to Palestine. So what we do is we highlight that within our UGC ads. Another client of ours sells products that are made out of sustainable material. So we highlight that within our UGC ads. So again, if you are a brand or a product does something for the greater good, right, or stands for something significant, you want to highlight that within your UGC ads because most likely the people that are interested in your brand stand for that same thing, whatever the case may be. So again, whenever you're crafting your UGC ads, I recommend that you test different angles that highlight exactly what your brand stands for, whether that is donating percent of profits to charity, or whether that is you are a brand that stands for something greater, such as caring about the environment and using sustainable material. Having briefed clients on literally hundreds of UGC pieces, we realized that the best ads are 15 to 30 second long, especially on TikTok. So whenever you are crafting your UGC, we've realized that 15 to 30 seconds is the sweet spot, and especially on TikTok. Now, this does not mean that 10 seconds doesn't work great, and this does not mean that 1 minute videos don't work great. We've just realized that 15 to 30 seconds works best, especially on TikTok. So again, keep that in mind when crafting your UGC. Try to craft your messaging, again, your hook, your problem, your solution, and your call to action within a 15 to 30 second length. And again, don't be discouraged to try shorter videos or longer videos, but definitely keep that in mind when thinking about how long your UGC piece should be. As we mentioned previously, the hook is literally the most important part of your UGC piece. So we got the hook, we got the problem, we got the solution, and then we have the call to action. With the hook being the most important thing, what you want to do is make sure you test as many variations as possible. So for example, when we're working with influencers, we'll work with one influencer and we'll tell them we need you to record 2 different angles for the problem and the solution, and then 2 different angles for the call to action. But for the hook, because we know it's the most important part, we go ahead and have them record 5 to 7 different hooks. This way we have multiple variations that we can go ahead and test, because again, it is literally the first thing that someone is going to see within an ad, and maybe the first, second, third, or even fourth hook won't resonate with them, but the 5th will. So something to keep in mind when you are crafting your UGC pieces, you want to test as many hooks as possible. If you want a list of 20 of the best hooks that have been working great for us at the agency, go ahead and DM me on Instagram and I will go ahead and send you a document with the best hooks that have been working personally great for our clients. Just go ahead and DM me on Instagram and I will send that over to you.